What's going on YouTube? LTH coming at you with a Friday video. 713 the Bio City. We in the damn building. So I thought I'd come drop this video, since I just got home from work, working 15 long ass hours and stuff like that. But, before I rest up and everything, crash out, resting wise, I'm gonna put my 2 cents in on this, Jalen Pitre extension, which is another part of a young core that's been locked in for 3 more years. And Jalen Pitre, who has been officially locked in for 3 more years, and since he was originally going into his, to this upcoming season, his final year of his rookie contract. But, once his rookie contract is up, the extension will eventually kick in. So, meaning likely 4 more years of Jalen Pitre. Since the deal is going to be for 3 years, worth $39 million, with 13 guaranteed, if I'm not mistaken. 13 a year or 13 a year, 13 million a year. But I gotta say, it's a good, pretty good re-sign. Keeping our young core in H-Town. Since he was drafted in 2022, along with Derek Stingley. And of course, Christian Harris, who is still under his rookie contract right now. Since, I say he's due up next, depending on how he plays this year, or if they decide to move him in the future, since, got to find a way to lock up Stroud and Will Anderson, who's eligible for extensions next offseason. But as far as Jalen Pitre goes, there were talks about extending Jalen Pitre, and in comes the reality of extending Jalen Pitre. Would have been like at least 4 years, but hey, I'll take a 3-year deal for what it is. Just as long as he remains in H-Town, hey, that's all there is to it. Currently has 6 interceptions in his career so far, since some 5 picks came from his rookie year. And he did catch an interception against the Colts last season, and I understand it was unfortunate that he went down with a season-ending injury against the Titans, in which they lost that game by a score of 32-27, which was inexcusable, by the way. But hey, Nick Caserio, I gotta say, he strikes again. Nothing like keeping a young core together, and I understand you can't keep everybody, but hey, gotta keep as much of the young core here in Houston together, since there's always, talent to draft in the NFL draft. But hey, safe to say, Jalen Pitre will remain a Houston Texan, until 2028 or 29, safe to say. But this guy's can't wait to see him catching more interceptions, him and Stingley. It's already enough. The secondary is pretty stacked up for what it is. But hey, I'll say it again. I'm glad Pitre is staying in Houston for at least 4 more years. Count his final year of his rookie contract. But yeah, I just thought I'd come in and put my quick 2 cents in on this extension that Jalen Pitre got. I mean, gotta say, well-deserved, well-earned, just like Stingley, gonna have to prove that he's worth that extension big time. So that's all there is to it. Live up to that extension, by staying healthy and balling out consistently. That's all this Houston Texans fan asks. But to my next video, let's go Houston Texans, 713 to Bio City. Houston till I die, and I'm gone. Go Texans.